Hi, this is Doc David Gawain. And have you ever been in a busy city where you hear lots of noise and you hear the construction that's going on, the rat-a-tat-tat, and people ripping up the streets and the honking of the horns and the people yelling and the taxi cabs and all of that stuff. And if you're used to being in the country and you come into all this noise and all this experience and all of this data in a way, it becomes a little disconcerting for the body, doesn't it? And for many of us, if our nervous system isn't strong, it becomes like overwhelming. Well, we know what that's like in a busy street, but what's it like when we're now adding new types of radiation, new types of noise that we don't perceive well with our hearing, and we don't perceive really at all with our eyesight? And this are radiations, such as the form of electromagnetic radiation, such as like from high tension wires, from having a smart meter on a house, from having a Wi-Fi connection, or having, I'm looking for my cell phone to show you, a cell phone which is always radiating. And we heard that these things are not helping us. In fact, they're actually barraging us with a lot of information that can be, and we're starting to see, is damaging to our body and even maybe our inner ear. And it's disorientating. In fact, we're even seeing how potentially the bees are being disorientated from all of this new electromagnetic pollution. They can't even find their way home. Now, we have a protection system from that, and I call it the Bubble Protection Assurance Blanket. And what it is, it's special metal fibers that are in this blanket that act like a Faraday cage, where they stop certain forms of electromagnetic pollution from coming in, almost like a cosmonaut or an astronaut suit, where radiation is coming in and it's being reflected away. But this suit's a little different, or this blanket's a little different, in that it's incredibly reflective of the energies of the person back to the self. So in a way, when you put it around yourself, you're creating a bubble of protection where the radiation comes in and bounces off, and then the radiation of yourself emitting comes back to itself. Now, why is that important, and why am I even bringing it up? Because our bodies, when we are in coherence and we're in nature, we love it. We typically calm down. There isn't those other stray EMF things, or if they are, they're being filtered really well by nature. And when we're in the ocean, and especially a clean part of the ocean, it just feels so wonderful to be in that bath of coherency. And our bodies reflect into that coherency, and in a way, the mirror comes back, and our bodies get feedback when things aren't right, and it makes changes. And those changes are big for healing and receiving homeostasis in the body. But now we have a way, without going into nature, that we can use to protect us when we sleep, or when we're on an airplane, or when we want to do other forms of healing. We can do it inside this bubble of protection, and at the same time receive reflection back. Now, why is reflection an important thing, and why am I even bringing it up here? Because our own emanation of reflection, if you have schmutz, and I'm going to say it very scientifically, schmutz on your face or gook in your nose, you know it's a good friend who will tell you, hey, you got a little schmutz here, or you got a little gook in your nose, make some changes. Because we don't like the way we feel when other people see us with that stuff around us, at least typically. Or when we go in the bathroom, or we go to a place where there's a mirror, we want to check our makeup, or we want to check how we're doing, or our hair, how we look. Well, our bodies are the same way, but unfortunately today, they're not receiving coherent reflection back without this crazy noise and reflection or other crazy stuff that are going on. And that's why this blanket, this bubbled protection assurance blanket is so amazing because you receive the reflection back and the body makes changes. So if we were to do thermography, we would see, when take a picture of someone, we can see where the hot spots are and where there are cooler spots on the body. And when they use this blanket for 30 minutes a day, just in 3 days, and then you take a new picture of the thermography, they'll see amazing shifts where the hot spots are cooler and the cool spots are warmer. And it's our body making those changes, small at first and then big over time. Kind of like, you know, how do you move a big boat? Well, you just a little bit difference on that tiller, and then it makes a big difference in how that boat swings. And that's what we're doing here, making small reflections for the body to make big changes in healing that can occur when we're protected and receiving true and proper reflection. This is Doc David Gawain, and these are just some of the benefits of our new bubble protection and assurance blanket. There's 3 more to share with you, and we'll do that in some later videos.